Right, probably one of the most common ways to test GhostBSD would be to use the live desktop session. So on a newly created USB stick with a GhostBSD ISO written onto it, we can boot the computer up and it will take us into a live desktop session like this. This will allow you to try out GhostBSD. It will allow you to sample some of the things that come with it, even to delve into some of the configuration files and stuff like that. But the big drawback is that you can't make any changes. You can get some limited work done, I suppose. You could install something, but everything is held in RAM on a temporary basis. So anything you do here and then switch the machine off will be lost. The next way to try out GhostBSD would be to use a virtual machine. Now, this is, as you probably are aware, it installs a machine within your machine as a little virtual machine. So it's running in its own little universe, as it were. I mean, the operating system will think it's on a real computer, and to all intents and purposes, you can do everything you can on a real computer with this. You can install, you can get some work done, and when you power down and then repower back up again the virtual machine, your work will be there. So unlike the live desktop session, you won't lose anything. There are some drawbacks, of course, and like I say, it depends on the power of the host machine to how much resources you can commit, so you can give as many cores as you can spare and as much RAM, etc. And I think this is a really good way of getting a feel of GhostBSD, again, without fully committing yourself, and the only thing that you're using up is a little bit of space on your host system. And I think with this as well, you can get upgrades and you can alter things, unlike the live session where you can't. But I think with the added benefit of having a virtual machine session, one of the benefits of having it is that, and I'll just shut this down so I can show you, so you can shut the operating system down as if it was a real computer. Right, so one of the great things about using a virtual machine on a virtual box is you can clone your installation. So I'm just going to make a clone of the GhostBSD install. If you make a change or you screw things up or whatever the reason, you can make a copy and you can have the unadulterated version as a backup. And so you can go back to the original and do whatever you want to do it. And if you make a mess, then just simply delete one of them. Whichever one you want to keep, you can delete the original or delete the one with the mess on it. And no harm's done. You just go back. It's brilliant. I like it. And a lot of people do try out GhostBSD using VirtualBox or whichever virtual machine they prefer. I suppose it's a painless way to get yourself in the ecosystem without committing yourself like the live session. But unlike the live session, you can actually get something done. So yeah, very good. Another way, and perhaps my preferred way, is to use an old PC, maybe something you got lying around that you're not using anymore. You can upgrade it if you want, or leave it as it is. The requirements for GhostBSD are quite low, but it's entirely up to you. Or, if you want, if you've got the money, I suppose, you could get yourself a brand new machine. I personally am using an old, late 2012, or was it mid? I can't remember. Mac Mini. It's got 16 gigabytes of RAM and 500 gigabyte SSD. It's running GhostBSD flawlessly. Of course, it's Intel based. And yeah, it's a very nice machine. And of course, you know, the native version of macOS is not supported anymore. So put GhostBSD on and give it a new life. I recommend you do a similar thing if you want. Or a mini PC, whichever tickles your fancy. So yeah, the actual requirements of GhostBSD are quite low. You got a 64-bit processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM minimum, 15 gigabyte storage, and network. I mean, anything above that is a bonus. So yeah, try it out. Give it a go. So anyway, if you found this video interesting, then please give it a like. If you give one or more of my videos a like, then consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, then hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when I release a new video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.